listening to the VetTunes Podcast, where we shine the spotlight on veteran artists and artists in the music industry. Stand by for transmission. All right, transmission indeed. What's up, everybody? This is Mike Corrado with the VetTunes Podcast, the show that shines a spotlight on military and veteran artists. So to catch you all up, and for our new listeners and viewers out there, I'm a retired Marine infantry officer, and I'm also a singer-songwriter. I served almost 30 years in the Marine Corps, and throughout that time, I had the opportunity to travel the world to some really beautiful places and sometimes some not-so-beautiful places. But the majority of the time, I had a guitar in tow, and I was fortunate to still be able to play music while serving. I've been fortunate to share the stage with folks like John Mayer, Toby Keith, the Black Eyed Peas, Bon Jovi, and a bunch more. But over the years in the different duty stations, to include some ships at sea, I've gotten to know and hear some incredible military and veteran artists, and this show was launched to highlight the talent in the ranks. After I retired, I moved just outside of Nashville, Tennessee, to the beautiful Shelbyville, Tennessee, where we built a recording studio called Harmony Hill. And you can find us online at harmonyhillent.com. In the few short years that we've been operating, we've been fortunate to host numerous military and veteran artists and songwriting retreats. Now, today's show is a little different than our usual format. Typically, we host artists in the studio where they come in and they sit down and we do an interview and then a live performance. And then we incorporate that live performance into end of each podcast. But we also put them as standalone videos, the performances. We put them as standalone videos on our VetTunes Podcast YouTube channel. So be sure to check that out. For those that can't make it to the studio, we'll do virtual interviews. Always more fun to do it in person and be able to do some live, intimate acoustic performances. But today's show is going to be a little different. It's going to be the first of its kind for VetTunes. And today we're going to talk about some of the great artists and play some songs that have been performed here at Harmony Hill. So, in some of those songwriting retreats and some of the veterans that have come to visit us, both for the podcast or just coming to visit us here at the studio, we were able to do some multi-tracking and take some video and whatnot. So we're going to play some of those songs, and you can catch the VetTunes podcast on streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart. And we also want to welcome those who listen to our show on Wreaths Across America Radio. Our good friends over there at Wreaths Across America have invited us to be part of their programming. So every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, you can catch the VetTunes podcast on Wreaths Across America Radio. So be sure to check that out. And if you want a link to how you can get to Wreaths Across America Radio, go to the VetTunesPodcast.com, and there'll be some links there where you can listen in. We are so excited to partner with Wreaths Across America Radio. They're a great organization that does so much to support and honor our veterans, as well as provide educational programs to teach today's youth about the history and legacy of our veterans. And like I said, for those listening on Wreaths Across America Radio, you can catch us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So today's show is going to be just a little bit different, and it's going to be the first of its kind for the VetTunes podcast. It's more like VetTunes Radio. And today we're going to talk about some of the great artists and play some songs that they've performed right here at our Harmony Hill studio. So some of them came in for podcasts, some of them came in for writers' retreats, or just to come in here and record, but we were able to capture some intimate performances, and these are just some of my favorites to start with. All right, so our very first VetTunes radio show, here we go. We're going to kick it off with a Marine Gunnery Sergeant currently serving in the United States Marine Corps Reserve. His name is Tim Murray, and he's a gifted storyteller from Tower City, Pennsylvania, up near the Philly area. And he visited us back in 2023 and performed a handful of songs. I'll put the link to those live performances in the comment section of our YouTube page below, so you can check those out and see and hear for yourself. But one of my favorite songs is his performance of his original song called Picking Out a Casket. And in this haunting Americana song, he's joined by a longtime friend of mine, an amazing guitar player from Nashville, Tennessee, Mr. Josh Burns. Josh and I have been recording and writing and performing together for over 30 years, and I just love watching them play. And with that, here is Picking Out a Casket by Marine veteran Tim Murray.
Spend our nights just laughing at the crowd, not afraid to share our secrets and scream them to the clouds. Lately I can sense that your thoughts lie somewhere else. You're too afraid to tell me that your love for me's burned out, but I can tell it's gonna help. You can't hide the change. You promised me forever, so I gave you everything. You took my love for granted, and then you tore it all apart. And now I'm picking out a casket for my cold, dead, broken heart. Guess I was just dead weight, nothing more than pocket change. I told you that I loved you, but it didn't change a goddamn thing. It's too late to turn back now, to be just like we were. 'Cause heartbreak is the hardest lesson a young man ever learned. And I can tell it's gonna help. You can't hide the change. You promised me forever, so I gave you everything. Took my love for granted, then you tore it all apart. And now I'm picking out a casket for my cold, dead, broken heart. Nothing left to give. Same old sad story about some messed up small town kid. Never found another love like the first one that he had, so he never gave his heart away to another after that. But I can tell it's gonna help. You can't hide the change. You promised me forever, so I gave you everything. You took my love for granted, then you tore it all apart. And now I'm picking out a casket for my cold, dead, broken heart. And now I'm picking out a casket for my cold, dead, broken heart.
Since we're on the subject, I'm going to play another one from Tim, and this one is called Someday. Again, you can download and stream these as well as see the performances by searching Tim Murray live at Harmony Hill. With that, here is Someday by Tim Murray.
Life don't seem to be fair sometimes. Seems we're here for a moment just to walk the line. And ain't it strange how it's gone in one big flash? Now I'm sifting through the memories of times we had. And how can you measure someone's worth in words? Try to find the right ones to kill the hurt. And is it too cliche to say you're gone too soon? What I wouldn't give for one more day with you. But now there's a rain cloud over this town, and I don't think this pain will ever fade away. Maybe someday it won't hurt this way, and I'll see the sun and I'll think of you and say, it was God's angels who carried you away. Someday guess we're all wishing for a little more time, hoping it could give us some peace of mind. But God don't deal us an easy hand, so we'll keep mending till we're whole again. Till then there's a rain cloud over this town, and I don't think this pain will ever fade away. But maybe someday it won't hurt this way, and I'll see the sun and I'll think of you and say, it was God's angels who carried you away. Someday someday and I keep trying to live each day the best that I can, and I keep loving hard and lending a helping hand until the day I get to walk beside you again, old friend. There's still a rain cloud over this town, and I don't think this pain will ever fade away. But maybe someday it won't hurt this way, and I'll see the sun and I'll think of you and say, it was God's angels who carried you away. And I'll bring some Keystone Light when I'm on my way someday.
All right, so that was Someday by Marine Gunnery Sergeant Tim Murray. All right, up next, another Marine. I guess it just kind of, the tribe sticks together and the Marines like to come here and perform. And this one is by an incredible artist out of East Tennessee. His name is Micah Howard. He is a Marine infantry, NCO, multiple combat deployments, and just an incredible singer-songwriter. He recently did a studio version of this song. It's his song called Green Empire, and I believe he did it with some of the folks from the Skinnerd camp, helping him with the production and the studio recording of it, and just amazing. But this is one of my favorite recordings of it. We were doing a songwriter retreat, and he was here. This is the same time we did the songs with Tim Murray, and just as I've heard multiple versions of his song Green Empire, and this one is my absolute favorite. But he is here with his buddy Daniel on the slide, and just a killer acoustic rendition of his song called Green Empire. And this is Marine veteran Micah Howard.
You're a hard woman, and I'm a hard man. You're a she-gator baby rolling around in the sand. We're both trying to do the best we can, and nothing comes easy when you're working in the lead. When you're running the good stuff, mama can't even trust a friend. Dead cash crop bring you to your knees, 'cause we built this green empire when love was high. Now I'm coming down and you're driving me wild. Oh, Green Empire. And I'm burning like a fire in the breeze, but them flames, oh, them flames, they burn them leaves. Cold wearing hearts and callous days, and I know every woman in town, and I heard you've been getting around. We run these words, can't make no sounds, 'cause we built this green empire when love was high. Now I'm coming down and you're driving me wild. Oh, Green Empire.
Yeah, man. So that one gets you going, kind of takes you up to the hills of Tennessee. And here's another one that he did. This is just him doing a solo one, but this is called Snow Angel Girl. Again, this is Micah Howard, Marine veteran, singer-songwriter with Snow Angel Girl.
Whenever I look into your eyes, I know that everything's gonna be just fine. My quivering heart seems to settle into your smoking cabin's warm. You hold the whole world in your heart, but I get so scared from the very first start. They don't seem to make a good-hearted woman like they do you anymore. You were raised in the midst of the corn, not knowing that my love was gonna be all yours. But I get covered up knowing that you'll love me just because I'm a man. Up north, wandering snow angel girl. Such an old soul living in a heavy world. You hold my hand in a crowd and I just don't know why. Through hell you make me happy. You get this blues man so high. My life gets so out of control. I've been called everything in the book that you know. Refuge in your arms makes my tattered mind so whole. Just when I thought it was all said and done, you came crashing through the trees and you broke me off some bread. Crawling up on your porch, you leave the light on so I can see. Up north, wandering snow angel girl. Such an old soul living in a heavy world. You hold my hand in a crowd and I just don't know why. Through here you make me happy. You get this blues man so high.
All right, so y'all be sure to go check out his studio releases and catch him playing live. Micah Howard, sometimes he goes out as the Southern Ghost, or Micah Howard and the Southern Ghost. But Micah Howard, Micah Howard, Howard. Go check him out. All right, next up, this was from that same songwriting retreat that we had. And this is by a gentleman named Tommy Raines. Tommy from Boston. Yeah, Tom. So this is his song called When You Used to Love Me. And man, this guy, just an incredible voice. Great song. He's actually one of our Navy veterans. So, you know, with the Marines under the Department of the Navy, and, you know, we got our corpsmen and our chaplain and our doctors from the Navy. So we do love our fellow shipmates. So with that, here is Tommy Raines with When You Used to Love Me.
How will I go on without you? What can I say or do? It's a pain. When does the stars light up again for me? How does this end to me begin again? It's not good, despair. I lost count of the drinks I had, and I'm afraid I've done things I normally wouldn't have. I'm all covered in stain from all the games you played. Finally, I'm done making that face for you. I know people sometimes change. Should've known better if you just stayed the same. Like when you used to love me, you'd always take my hand. Never did worry there could be another plan. Now that it's over, I'm done playing the fool. Finally over when you used to love me too. Like when you used to love me, you'd always take my hand. Never did worry there could be another plan. Now that it's over, I'm done playing the fool. Finally over when you used to love me too. When you used to love me and never held my hand. Now that it's over, let me please understand. You keep pushing off me, going a separate way. When you used to love me, you used to love me.
All right. Good stuff. Navy veteran Tommy Raines, When You Used to Love Me. Man, the voice that guy has. I love it. All right, so next up we have another Marine, a combat wounded Marine, an incredible singer-songwriter. His story of how he used music in his recovery after getting hit by an IED and losing his leg. He's performed at the Opry several times. I got to go to his debut. Matter of fact, if you watch the opening video montage for the VetTunes podcast, the very last part of that is a Marine, well, actually an artist who's on stage at the Opry. It happens to be Sal, who happens to be a Marine. And then it pans out to the crowd, and man, what an amazing night. I was just absolutely honored to be part of his Opry debut. And like I said, he's been back a few times since then. He is a spokesperson for the Wounded Warrior Project, so he is always on the road performing and speaking and tirelessly advocating for his fellow veterans. So, Sal, hats off to you, Semper Fidelis. And here is a cut that he did on our very first ever VetTunes podcast. And I thank him again. We've been friends for many, many years, and he kicked off the whole VetTunes podcast. And so be sure to go back and check that out. But here is his song called Alabama Breathing.
This song started out as a really cool story that my best friend's father told me. And I've been trying to make it a song for about 20 years. And I finally succeeded last year. It's called Alabama Breathing. I took some artistic liberties. I was down in Alabama, playing New Year's Eve, singing for my supper like I do most every week. In there walked an angel with eyes of emerald green, and on her arm a big old boy about twice the size of me. Now when I finished playing, we counted 3, 2, 1. The next thing I knew, that green-eyed dream had laid one on me, son. I barely made it out of Alabama breathing. I guess kissing someone's girl could be misleading. I'd have gladly stepped aside, thanks to that roll-tide pride. I barely made it out of Alabama breathing. I felt the bear claw on my shoulder, throw me across the room. That giant corn-fed redneck tried to beat me black and blue. I woke up to my angel, screaming, please don't fight. Pulling on his tree trunk arms, fearing for my life. I barely made it out of Alabama breathing. I guess kissing someone's girl could be misleading. I'd have gladly stepped aside, thanks to that roll-tide pride. I barely made it out of Alabama breathing. In a town that they call Warrior, I hear that man still drinks. He brags about the fight he won the night she led with me. I barely made it out of Alabama breathing. I guess kissing someone's girl could be misleading. I'd have gladly stepped aside, thanks to that roadside pride. I barely made it out of Alabama breathing. I barely made it out of Alabama breathing. I barely made it out of Alabama breathing.
All right, that was Marine veteran and incredible singer-songwriter. He lives here in Nashville, Tennessee. His name is Sal Gonzalez. He just released a new EP with Label 22. And for those who may not be familiar with Label 22, it is a nonprofit record label based out of Nashville. They're running out of the historic RCA studios. And they've just got a stable of artists that are all veterans and just out there doing great things. And they are advocating for their fellow veterans, and they're also putting out some great music. So please be sure and go check that out. Alabama Breathin' was the lead single from Sal's most recent EP. And here's another one that he did while here for the VetTunes podcast. Again, you can go check out these performances at thevettunespodcast.com, or you can go over to the YouTube page, look for VetTunes Podcast, like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. But check out these really cool performances, and there's a bunch that are on there. So be sure to go out there and support these amazing veteran artists. But this song is called Blame It on the Road by Sal Gonzalez.
I wrote this with my buddy Levon Gray, and it's about being a Rolling Stone. I knew it from the word go. Mama even told me so. Said, boy, you good at getting gone, my firstborn Rolling Stone. I wish I could have stayed home, but I dig up every root I grow. The wind keeps whispering my name, it cuts me to my bones. I like the smoke from California, I like my whiskey from Tennessee. I got some friends down in Arizona, even made a couple enemies. Wild nights in Cincinnati, been to jail in San Antonio. If I didn't learn the hard way, I would've learned it on, baby, blame it on the road. And oh, think I fell in love once, that might have been the dumbest thing I've done. Broke her heart under those stars, now mine's still on the run. I like the smoke from California, I like my whiskey from Tennessee. I got some friends down in Arizona, even made a couple enemies. Wild nights in Cincinnati, been to jail in San Antonio. If I didn't learn the hard way, I would've learned it all, baby, blame it on the road. 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 Baby, blame it on the road. I like the smoke from California, I like my bourbon from Kentucky. I got some friends out in Arizona, even made a couple enemies. Wild nights in Cincinnati, been to jail in San Antonio. If I didn't learn the hard way, I would've learned it all, baby, blame it on the road. You're like a rolling stone, chasing skies that glow, soul that's meant to roam, baby, blame it on the road.
All right, Sal Gonzalez, Blame It on the Road. There's a couple for you. Again, if you want to check out these performances, if you want to see them with your own eyeballs, then go to the VetTunes and check out the performances section. So another thing with Sal is he's got an incredible sense of humor, and I think it's indicative of the website that he operates for all of his music and merch and all that kind of stuff. But if you want to check it out, here's the website. You ready? Now, this is coming from a below-the-knee amputee, and his website is called peglegsongs.com. 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 Man, I mean, when he told me that, I just busted out laughing. And I think he made that announcement on our on that first podcast he was on. All right, so that does it for the show today. Again, kind of a radio show. I wanted to play some of these amazing songs that I get to hear live in the studio as we do the podcast, and I wanted to share them with the world because they are great artists, and they are even more special because there's a million, billion, trillion artists out there, but there's very few that have actually raised their right hand to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And they are truly leaders out there, just doing great things, and they are now the post-service, but they are chasing their dreams, and they're doing all the things that they want to do. So be sure to go out there and support them. Just a quick recap today, we heard from Tim Murray, a Marine veteran, actually still serving in the Marine Corps Reserve. And we heard from Micah Howard, a Marine infantryman veteran with Green Empire, Snow Angel Girl. And then we heard from Tommy Raines, our shipmate, our fellow Navy brother over there. And finally, closing it out with Sal Gonzalez. So we got a lot more of these performances. We're going to do some of these radio shows where we get to go back and check out some of the performances, let you all check them out. But if you want, don't forget, you can find us on all the socials at VetTunes Podcast, and you can check us out online, VetTunesPodcast.com, and there'll be links to our YouTube page and all that kind of stuff. So if you could do us a favor, go and like, share, subscribe, and let people know about us. And if you know any veteran artists that are out there, tell them about us and have them shoot us a DM, or you can shoot us a DM and or an email, or contact us through the website. Let us know who they are, and maybe we can have them on the show. Until then, we are the VetTunes Podcast, and we are out. Thanks for listening to the VetTunes Podcast. If you enjoy this content, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. We have a lot of great stories, interviews, and live performances from veteran artists coming your way. So stay tuned. VetTunes out.